Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Michaela Peters. I think that it's the turn to do English today. I haven't looked. I'm just trying to put something out there for consistency. I say that a lot. There's a lot of work that I would like to do with the channel, and there's a lot of work that I would like to do in general, but right now it feels like everything is sort of an idea and nothing is really getting done. I'm getting prepared to go running during my lunch break because I'm finally trying to actually get back in shape because it no longer feels like my entire body has been majorly altered. Let's put it that way. I think the organs are starting to shift back in place, so running doesn't feel like uncomfortable or like dangerous. So I'm going back to running. I like it. I get to spend time outside, and it's very understimulating because you're not at a gym with 1,000 other people. So trying to think about really how to talk about this. Yesterday I spent some time kind of researching how to make more money, and honestly, there are a lot of ways, but you're just like, are any of these ways in which I rather trade my time to have more money? So this is always the conundrum, right? Time versus money, and time is money. And right now that I have a young child, I'm having a lot of difficulty not being angry that I'm not just in Europe all the time and just enjoying not having to worry about crazy housing and everything being expensive and stressful, which is generally how I feel all the time in America. So that's why I was thinking, really today we're going to talk about surviving and not thriving. And it's really interesting to me how people even feel like they're ever thriving in this country. And I know, this is kind of the whole thing about capitalism is the winner take all system, or people who are doing very well, and people who are not doing very well are not, obviously. But yeah, it's just, I'm constantly feeling very headless chicken. I isolate myself more so that I can feel less overstimulated, but then at the same time it makes me unhappy. But the cost benefit analysis of needing to drive really far to go have an interaction is just, it's too great, and it stresses me out a lot. So it's really hard because it's I really enjoy having more free time, a slower pace of life, and less stress in Europe. But at the same time, in the US, there is earning potential, and I have relatives to help with the baby. So, your feelings are there to help you understand whether something is working for you. And right now, things just feel very uncomfortable emotionally, and that means usually that you need to make some sort of change. But for me, I don't really know what that change is. I'm am I supposed to get a different job? Am I supposed to find a different place to live again? Hopefully not that one. That one sounds terrible. Am I supposed to just spend more time in Europe? Am I supposed to just give up on my dual lifestyle and just be in one place? These are really hard questions, and I don't really have the answer to them. And it is very difficult because one of the discussions I had with my mom yesterday finally broke the news to her that, I'm not going to be around for the holiday times. She's like, you need to stop thinking about yourself. You can't really stop thinking about yourself when yourself is not functional. This is why the whole you have to fill your cup before you can fill somebody else's cup. And it's a very difficult thing to admit that, I personally feel that I'm living in this mode of extreme survival, and I am more than convinced that I'm not the only person. I don't know what thriving looks like for me. I'm not sure I've really ever felt that way. I know externally I've achieved a lot of things, but I'm not sure I ever really felt like I was thriving. I feel like there were always different kinds of challenges, just that people didn't necessarily really know about because we don't need to talk about that. So, I don't know. I guess it's just I'm trying to figure out a way to make this channel more monetarily worth my time rather than me just trying to come up with stuff as quickly as possible. It just feels I remember my grandfather saying this when he was younger, had 4 kids, and was doing a lot of other stuff religiously oriented and work oriented and family oriented, and he was having a hard time fitting it all in his schedule, and he just went, I felt like I was cheating everybody. And that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I feel like I'm cheating myself, I'm cheating my job, I'm cheating my child. I'm it's hard to even like establish and maintain relationships the way I want to, like even with friends. It's like I really theoretically like want to be able to have more time to see people, but like I just don't. So, this is all hard, and is a solution to just like become more introverted and enjoy more time alone? Maybe, like that might help. I don't know. It doesn't really feel like I'm like that incredibly social, considering a lot of my social activities like restricted to weekends. So yeah, because basically my workday ends and I'm trying to get the baby to sleep by like 9 o'clock. So that gives you like 3 hours roughly, because a lot of times I'm trying to work till 6 or something. So I don't know. Yeah, you just kind of feel like, I hate to be like, what's the point? But like, you're like, personally, I'm like, I'm not really enjoying this. I'm trying to figure out a way to like enjoy things. Like, what do I want to do? And even the things that normally, yeah, the way I'm describing this, I'm like, this is depression. No, but like, anyway, not being able to find things that like make sense for me to be able to enjoy. And the other thing that's super hard is like, the cost benefit analysis between like short term benefits and long-term gain. And it's cool to be able to like work, save money, and like not do fun things, but also fun things cost money. And if you're not enjoying anything right now, like what's the point in the future? Anyway, so something needs to change. Trying to figure out what that looks like for me, and I haven't figured it out yet. So maybe this is me like weirdly manifesting it, but I'm gonna think more about the folding the paper analogy and what things are supposed to look like. I'm gonna have to like draw up a weird vision board or something like that. So for now, I'm just hanging in there, and I guess that's how things need to change, because you start feeling very like uncomfortable for no reason, and you're like, what's going on here? Anyway, I need to continue working, but that's sort of the update, I guess. And anyway, the point is like, I'm having a hard time coming up with content, because like, everything is about, it's a struggle to get out of the bed in the morning. No, it's like I wake up and then there's so many things that need to get done, and there's so many things that need to get done, and there's so many things that need to get done, and it just feels like it's never going to stop. And then you feel like you're behind on everything. Yeah. Oh well. And then I just feel like I get like angry about things that are situational to America, like the fact that everybody's obsessed with buying more random crap, because the more you have to worry about. I've always said that. And the car-centricness, I hate that. I always, whenever I'm in Finland and people are like, you don't have a car, and I'm like, it is a luxury to not have to have a car. I'm not sad about it. I'm very happy about it. Anyway, that's going to be everything for today. So I'm going to hang in there and hope things get better, and we have some travel coming up. The annoying thing is I don't feel like packing for these trips, but I need to. Whatever, that will get done at some point, at least before I leave, obviously. And worst case, if you forget something, you can always go buy it there, as my family would say. Anyway, that's going to be everything, I guess. And I'm going to try to come up with things. Please give me ideas for things you would like me to talk about. I'm in a book club at work, and one of the things we were talking about yesterday was like being in the office versus being out of the office. I can make an argument for that, for instance, like working from home versus working in the office. Maybe from my perspective, this is one topic I thought of to be a little bit less cynical. Things always change and things always get better. The only constant thing in life is change. So I know things will get better, but right now I'm just like, what is going on? That's all. All right, well, thanks for listening to my rant, and until next time, bye.